Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Extra, a knitting podcast by Stephanus Laxnanda. I'm Stephanus. Here we are. Today is Sunday, December 1st, 2024. Happy December. So the celebratory month for me, because this is my birthday month, has started. And the previous video, or the short video that I put in the beginning of this episode, showed me making the apple pie during the Thanksgiving break here in the United States. This week this past Thursday, it was Thanksgiving here. Mm. Mm. So, what I did was I made a couple of things. I did not make a whole turkey. I only hosted another friend. I was not hosting a big dinner, so I had a friend over, and it was just an impromptu kind of dinner. By the way, I made this too. And I made beef rendang, which is an Indonesian coconut stew beef that is reduced or cooked really slowly, low fire for about 4 hours. In the coconut milk with other spices, so the house smells amazing the entire time I was cooking it. And then I made some mac and cheese, so that's the traditional one of the traditional American side dish from from General Meal, not only Thanksgiving. And what else? Oh, I made coconut rice and some salad. Yeah, so that was nice. Now for the apple pie, the recipe that I always use for apple pie is I took it from James Beard's American Cookery, the apple pie recipe, using the two crust pastry recipe. So everything is in that book. I did not share the recipe in the video, but if there is any demand for, another video of just, me stating each steps that I use to make the apple pie, let me know. I can always make it. And yeah, so that was this Thursday. Now, today is December 1st, as I mentioned earlier. So it's the beginning of the birthday month. So I will talk everything about birthday month, and also, holiday plans that I have going into the 2025. So staying with the cooking before we go into the knitting. For this, I mentioned I use the James Beard recipe. By the way, how amazing is that? I used the James Beard recipe. The recipe calls for, some spices, cinnamon. I think it's only cinnamon. I have to check. However, I love warm spices during the winter month. I think that's just makes sense, right? Although some people might not like all the spices that I will mention or I use. So I added a couple of spices, as you saw in the videos. So I have, on top of cinnamons, I added cloves, nutmeg, ginger, and chili powder. Definitely, I have. If you have to ask me which one do I like the most, I have to say cloves, and there is a reason for that. Um, because after Thanksgiving, if you celebrate this holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, people usually will bake another treat, or another sweet treat. So this one is one of the pies that people eat or consume here during Thanksgiving. But I originally came from Indonesia, and we do not celebrate Thanksgiving back home. However, I grew up in a Catholic family, so we celebrate Christmas every year. And Indonesia has a huge influence from multiple cultures throughout the history, and one of them, and also we are, the origin of all these warm spices that the Westerners are using for the winter months. Actually, like nutmeg, cinnamon, everything is coming from the tropical area. Anyway, and also the main spice that I love is cloves. So we have this sweet treat that is our favorite in the house for every Christmas. It's called nastar, or kue nastar, and this has an influence from the Dutch during the Dutch colonization Dutch colonization era, because we for this nastar, and there's another one called kastengel. So as you would hear, kastengel, it's basically cheese stick that we use the cheese between the kastengel and the nastar. I mean, they're the same type of cheese, and also the butter that we use. It all has like this European, what do you call, like European influence, but mixed with Indonesian influence, which is where the spices are. So basically, nastar is a filled pastry, where you have buttery layer crust, and then inside there is the reduction of pineapple fruit, where you cook, or you basically blender the whole pineapple, and then you cook it at slow cook with a slow cooking rate, basically low fire, but you add a lot of spices. So the main note there is clove. So when December arrives, the house will smell like cloves. The entire house. When my aunt, or my mom, or when we have time to help them in the kitchen preparing the Christmas cookies, the house will smell like cloves. So that's what I love about. Are you a pie person, or Christmas cookies, or December holiday cookies person? Let me know. I think, between apple pies, pecan pies, or this nastar cookies, my heart will always go for the nastar cookies. Okay, so that's the cooking part. I think it's because it's still around, or between Thanksgiving and the Christmas holidays, and any other holidays in December. I feel like, talking about the cooking makes sense. Now, next, what am I wearing? So the agenda will be what am I wearing, and then what I'm making, and then the third one will be what will I be making after I finished what I'm making right now. So what am I wearing right away? I try not to make it more than 30 minutes, even with the short video in the beginning. So a couple of things. The first one, the outer layer. This is Kiana vest by Nancy Ritchie of Nitty City in New York City. So Nancy is a designer, fiber artist lovers that I met in Nitty City, which is a yarn store in New York City on the Upper West Side. So if you go to Museum of Natural History on the 70-something street, you're really nearby Nitty City. So if you ever visit, please stop by Nitty City. They're amazing store. Also, I used to go when I still have time at some on Thursday nights. They have sit and knit for male knitters, and people came all over from New York City or around New York. And it's not, if I go there, because it's about 6 o'clock, I think, starts on a Thursday, except for the first Thursday. Check with them. Maybe they have changed the schedule. And, if it started at 6 and I work not too far from the city, so I can just take the train in, and then it's just one line from my work to Penn Station and then 70-something street. I can make it there, but lately work has been really crazy, so I haven't been back for the sit and knit. But of course, Nancy and I are still connected, well, of course, through Instagram. And another fun fact, Nancy's background, she is a Dutch person, and we shared similar parental background. Basically, if we traced back to our, I guess, parents and or grandparents for Nancy, and for me, my parents, because I'm from Indonesia. Nancy has I think, Japanese grandma. So Nancy came from that area in Amsterdam, and also that time where there's a lot of influence from Indonesia and and where she came from. Sorry. But anyway, yeah, and when I met her, this is one of the design that she was highlighting. And I have this, actually, this yarn right here is the very first, I call it bougie yarn, that I purchased when I started knitting back in the beginning of the pandemic. I still remember, so I bought this from Wool and Grace in Summit, New Jersey. And this is Loopy Mango number 5. At that time, I was so afraid of using it because, the price point of Loopy Mango, and also I think I bought 10 balls of the Loopy Mango number 5. So, it's not, that's why I call it my very first bougie yarn. Anyway, so Nancy has this design. So I decided to make this. And this is a vest. It's pretty simple vest, and it's, as you can see, it's knitted sideways. Sideways, right? And then there's no button here, and then there's this fringe, and it's really playful, and it's really a coat at the end. And I just always put it on my couch or side chair during the winter month, because if the house gets a little bit cold, and I don't want to really crank up the heater, I just put this over me, and it makes it really cozy. Yeah. So the first item that I'm wearing is Nancy Ritchie's design Kiana vest, using the Loopy Mango number 5. Yeah, and an announcement. What is coming up for 2025 with the channel? So, I will have a really special episode. I still have to work out the details and schedule it and all that, but I am honored to have Nancy Ritchie, the designer of this vest, to come to the channel and have a chat with me. And I call her a Halloween queen for Be Extra Knitting. K2 Talk Bay. K2 Talk or K2 Talk Bay. So look out for this announcement. When I'm going to record it, I'm not sure, but I want to record it during the winter. So before February is over, I will have this special episode. So yeah, Nancy will come over, K2 Talk will come back. If you want to know who K2 Talk Bay is, go back to the episode, the Halloween episode, not from this year, but from last year. You will know who K2 Talk is. So yeah, so that's the first, what do you call this? That item I'm wearing. The second one, this is another special one. So this is just a shirt. And it's very see-through, so that's so I have to cover it, just because anyway. And this is using mohair only. I think only single strand mohair, but it is so warm even though it looks see-through, open. Now there's no design. This is just me playing with mohair while I was in Madrid, while I was visiting Madrid. Yeah, so this is mohair from We Are Knitters, a store in Madrid, which I picked up when I was visiting Madrid, summer of 2023. Last summer, yeah. And so the story with this, I was visiting Madrid for a summer, what do you call, trip. Yeah, so during that trip I visited Cologne, Germany, Madrid, Santiago de Compostela before I went to Venice. I think I went to Venice, and also of course Padua, my other hometown, which is in Italy. Anyway, yeah, so the order was, I started in Cologne. I picked up, actually I still have to use that yarn. I picked up a yarn from Cologne, Germany, but nothing too special. It's just a colorway that somebody made in Cologne. And then when I went to Madrid, I discovered We Are Knitters. I guess We Are Knitters was created by these two people, and they met through what do you call, like a knitting event in New York. I think they're Spanish. They're from Spain. The headquarters is in Madrid. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, We Are Knitters, and I wanted something light because I was just traveling with a backpack, so I don't want to pick up a lot of yarn. So mohair, 50 grams, just one yarn, just as a what do you call, like like a travel gift for myself. And I decided to cast it on without any pattern on my way to Santiago de Compostela. So during the train ride, which is a long train ride from Madrid to Santiago de Compostela, because I have a good friend in Santiago, Davide, who lives there. And we have been planning since I met David. So I met David multiple years ago when I was doing my postdoc in Brookhaven National Laboratory in Long Island. That one day we will have a reunion in his hometown and he will show me, and he did show me his hometown. So it was one of the best summer trip I've ever had. But on the way there, I started this, and but even though it was a long, what do you call, like a long trip, I did not know what I want to make. So I just started the neck part. As you can see here, it's just, what do you call, like a long tail cast on, and I make it really wide because I know I want it to be a house garment instead of, or maybe a really casual garment. So I don't need any ribbing, and it is what do you call, like mohair, so it's not going to be very structured. So I started it 2 lines or 2 rows and then not working on it because it was just a beautiful ride from Madrid to Santiago de Compostela. I remember I started at 8 o'clock at night. How long was the ride? Was it almost 2 hours? Anyway, from Madrid. And in the summer, the sun does not, set before 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. Especially as you go further west, which is where Santiago de Compostela or Galicia is. So the sunset, I still remember, was just so mesmerizing, and I even stopped working on the knitting and just look out at the window. It still gives me chills as I talk about it because it was a beautiful view. If you ever visit Spain, and if you haven't been to Galicia or Santiago de Compostela or to Porto de Son, sorry, I'm using some Indonesian word there, please visit them. You just take a train from Madrid, get 2 days in for Santiago, it's enough, and the third day you come back to Madrid if you want, and if you have time. But anyway, I was just enjoying the train ride, and as I pulled in, I still remember it was about 10 o'clock or 11, and it was the day of St. John. Again, I need to check if this is correct or not, but anyway, this is the day where the whole town of Santiago de Compostela is celebrating throughout the town, and also on the beach or the shoreline of the Galicia shoreline. There will be all kind of firework, or not firework. What do you call, like what do you call it? Bonfire. So bonfires everywhere, and in the train as you go into, so from Madrid you have to stop at one train station before you reach Santiago de Compostela. If you remember that, let me know. And then you have to switch to a regional train. So the switch is only 5 minutes on the ticket, and I was so scared that I will miss that train. But I checked with the train conductor or everyone that is going there. They said, don't worry, it is the way, it is how the trains are set up to go to Galicia or to go to Santiago de Compostela. Actually, the train will wait for each other. I mean, you will never miss it, because it's not like the regional train is going around Galicia while the main train from Madrid is coming. So it's not like they're not synced up. They are synced up. Like the regional train will start from that station, one station before Santiago de Compostela, and then the main train from Madrid will reach at that station before the regional train starts. So everyone will go into the regional train, and then we go for one more station. But while we were going into the other train, you can already smell. I still remember all the wood fire smell coming from the bonfire, just in the air, and then the sunset was just done, like 10 o'clock. It's just sunset. The smell. I chose the best. I would say one of the best day in Santiago de Compostela to visit, and as I got into Santiago de Compostela, the train station was already quiet. It was like 10, 11, and not a lot of taxis, so I had to wait. I think I even walked a little bit because I just had a backpack. But as we got into like the main downtown area, everyone was out on the street, and then there was every corner there are a lot of like a bonfire party where everyone has to jump over the bonfire. If I can find the picture, I will add that here. And you have to jump over the bonfire, and then I guess the belief there, if you jump over it, you will have good luck or something like that. And David could not join me that night that I was arriving, but he joined me the day after. But I was texting him, hey, what is this? Should I jump over? He said, yes, you should jump over the bonfire. So anyway, it was just, where am I going? Why am I talking about? Oh, this. Yes. Anyway, so the next day, David picked me up. I have to find these pictures. I will put it here. David picked me up and he took me to Galicia coastline. So we left Santiago de Compostela. He says, come with me. This is David. David, you don't ask what he has planned in. We almost ended up at Portugal, by the way. And it's not too far from Portugal, but with some editing in the travel plan that we made up in the car, we stopped at Galicia. So, and we went to Porto do Son, and David took me to, oh my God, there was a beautiful little bar on a cliff looking at Porto do Son. And this is sapphire blue water. No people, no one is there. Because I don't even see any travel bus or, one of those buses that, bring tourists around. No, nothing of the sort. It was quiet. It was his spot that he shared with me. We drank, I forgot what beer for, if you're coming from Spain, you know what beer that people drink in Galicia. We drank a couple of beer. We just catch up. We were just catching up with life. And we are both chemists. And we were doing similar research back in the postdoc, but now we are so he has his own company back in Spain, and I'm working on a pharmaceutical company, and he is getting into pharmaceutical with his company. So it was just an amazing time. So after that little bar, I'm getting here to this shirt, but I'm just saying, I don't know why I started talking about this, but I just want to give you the chronology of this story. So yeah, after that bar, we went to Porto do Son. No, we went down. So there, again, he gave me two options. We can go swim in the water, just walk down from the cliff, from that little bar, or we go hiking. And at that time, we were like, well, let's go get a beach towel or something. And we cannot find anyone selling beach towels. So we just went hiking. One of his favorite spot. I remember we were sitting on one of the cliffs, really, really, really high cliffs. And a couple of sailboats passing us by. I think they were practicing for sailing competition. I was just telling him, what the heck? Like, did we prepare in the whole Galicia for my arrival? It was just an amazing day. Now, so Puerto de Song is in the region of Galicia, in the coastal region, of course, coastal region, as it is one of the Rias. So I think it's Rias Baixas. Again, somebody needs to check. But the shape of the coastal line in Galicia is really wavy. It's really crooked. And so you just Google Porto do Son, Galicia, Rias Baixas, Baixas, you will see the shape of it. And it's really irregular, crooked lines throughout the beaches area. So a light bulb, turned on in my brain. I'm like, that's what I'm going to make. The crooked line, disorder, yet beautiful, because it's just right against the sapphire blue water of the Galicia coastal line. I want to capture that, and this is a beauty, one of the beauties you can find in knitting when you're letting your creative intuition play. If you don't find pattern, what you're going to work on with your new yarn, just find an inspiration. So I was totally inspired. I was, yep, that's what that's what I'm gonna make. So what I was having in mind, I will just have yarn over in random places, but not too random, so that if I keep going, so it's a top down, so I keep going down the shirt, it will finally make this crooked rias or crooked river that depicts the coastal line of Galicia. And also this rias is this rias is basically a region where the ocean water and the inland water meets. So it's an estuary. So there's an outer layer of the Rias and the inner layer of the Rias. So we were at the outer layer of the Rias. So if you see, so this is one of the Rias that I captured in the shirt. And then if I keep, if I keep showing here, there's more here, and then there's also more here. Again, this is very open, so it's a I can put it on top of a tank top, or I just put it while I'm in the house. So all over there's the Rias of the Galicia coastline that I capture in this using the mohair that I bought from We Are Knitters in Madrid. So it's just an amazing. So, and although I can wear it during summer, mohair is really warm. This is perfect for the winter time. So, oh my God, I think I talked too much about this finished object, and I promise it's going to be less than 30 minutes, but I think it's more than 30 minutes now. So let me just continue with the next topic. So my next topic is my birthday sweater, which is right here. Last week I talked about I will cast on the next sweater. So I cast this on this Monday, and today's Sunday. And, I know it's going to be a fast sweater. Because I already mentioned before, this is using, if you watch the last week episode, you will know. If not, I will share it with you anyway. So the main emerald color green is using Noro, this Noro yarn. I don't have the information. There's another band or somewhere. I will just put it down here, and then the contrast color here is La Benami. So I'm holding two things. So the first one is boucle, and the second one is mohair. So there's there's mohair and boucle here. So there are 3 strands of yarns at all time, and it's a really that's another thing. It's a really symmetrical design. Why is that important? Just as a reminder, I'm a left-handed knitter, meaning I knit with left hand as my progressing hand. That is a term that I keep mentioning. Progressing hand meaning in knitting, you use both hands. That's true. However, there is one hand that you use to make new stitches. So if you're knitting right now, look at your hand. Which hand is making a new stitch? For regular knitter, it will be their right hand. So this is my right hand. So your right hand will be making the new stitch or new stitches. So, however, I am a left-handed knitter. My left hand is the hand that is making the new stitch. So if you look at me working on this, you will think that I'm thinking instead of knitting, meaning it looks like I'm correcting mistakes, but no, I am actually knitting a row. So I'm just going from another direction. Now, why is a symmetrical design important? Because if this design is symmetrical, I can attack it from the left to right direction instead of the regular way of knitting where you read a chart, from right to left, right? If you're working on a pattern of color work right now, you will know that you're going from right to left. But for me, every time I use somebody else's pattern for knitting, for color work, I have to go from left to right. And since this is symmetrical, it doesn't matter. You can attack it from the right to left, left to right. The only thing you need to know is when you're making it increase, if you go from right to left, make one left will be make one right for me. So you just have to invert all this term, but you can just do it. You can just imagine it, what the pattern is telling you when you're using your right hand as your progressing hand, and then you just invert that and make it into a left-handed. If there is any demand out there of people who are like me, where you are knitting with your left hand as your progressing hand, and if you want to know more of how to invert, I have also in my early episodes some tips on how to convert a regular knitting pattern into a left-handed knitting pattern. But if you want me to work on like another example and guide you, I could maybe one day make that happen. So just let me know. Just leave a comment here. So yeah, so there's only 3 rows of this wave. So once this third wave is done, I will start the ribbing and then pick up the sleeves, and that's it. Because the neck here is already done. It's a turtleneck, and it fits perfectly on my neck. So the cast on here is Italian cast on, and then it's a 1x1 twisted ribbing, twisted ribbing, and then regular color work. And I'm not sure what the ribbing at the bottom is, maybe 1x1, and what the suggested cast off. But this Italian cast on is really stretchy. It makes it really stretchy, so it's perfect for turtleneck, because if the turtleneck hits a little bit up here, you want the turtleneck to go follow your curve. Especially like me, I don't have a really long neck, so definitely it will hit this part. So I want it to be, a little bit open up. So because of the stretchiness of this Italian cast on, it will accommodate that. So it's a really nice design. It's simple, fast if you want. So again, 6 days passed. I already passed the sleeve separations, and maybe by tomorrow I will finish the waves, and tomorrow I can work the ribbing, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I'll work the sleeves. So yeah, so like 9 days for a sweater. That's pretty fast, right? I mean, I know it's not a competition or anything. It's just a fact that, you know, this design or this sweater will not take that long. And so wow. My birthday is next Sunday. Hopefully by then I will have this done. If not, it's fine. I mean, so it's fine. It's fine. It'll be done. Next, before we go, I know now it's almost 1 hour. Let me just get some apple pie before I discuss this final topic of this episode. So, by the way, this is just amazing. Joanne was having 30% off or 70%, I don't know. So, December 17, I will fly to London for a family reunion, and we will take a family picture. And the theme this year is, I think we repeat the theme. We used this theme last year, and it worked amazingly, so we decided to use it again. Is jewel tone. Emerald green is one of them. Now, I don't know what, we still don't know what type of, setting we will have. So I want to have option. I will bring this as the main sweater that I will wear while I'm in London, but I want one more. So I went to joanne.com. I found they have a lot of doorbuster, whatever deal around the Thanksgiving time. So I'm like, ooh, like a $20 per yard fabric went down to $2 per yard. So I'm like, adoption time. So initially I got this because I was like, all right, maybe this is my alphaba green era. So let me get another another green color material, which is a suiting fabric. And it shows that it was available in the store, my local Joanne. But then when I hit it and pay for it, they sent an email, hey, it's out. I guess people are really waiting for this, for the doorbuster. So I'm like, okay. So I waited after Thanksgiving, like another day, actually until yesterday. And then I went back to the website, see if there's still the doorbuster thing. And then there are still a lot of options. So I finally found this. Gold. Is gold a jewel color? A fabric that is like from $19, it went down to $2.99 or something per yard. And I'm using this. Let me check. Actually, it's 45. Yeah, I'm using this. So this is what I'm making, basically. So this is simplicity. And do I sew? No. Have I made a blazer before? No. Be extra. So I'm making that. And then I said, that's it. That's my jewel tone. I mean, somebody has to bring the gold to the party, right? So I got this jewel tone, and for the lining, I got this jewel purple color, and I make it the lining stretchy. uh, I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I'm not a I don't sew, so this might not work well, but we'll see. um yeah, so next Sunday, hopefully I will start making that. So maybe the next episode will not be a knitting episode. It could be a sewing episode, because I have to watch the video. So you know how Simplicity, if you have used one of these before, they have YouTube video that comes with it that guides you. So I have to watch it, and maybe I will be cutting patterns. I still don't know how to use this, but YouTube University will tell me, and I can take one of the YouTube classes of how to make garment, and I'll just do this. I should not open it up without knowing what I'm doing. So I was just trying to show everyone. See, I don't know how to put it back now. Oh Lord. Please don't break. I hope everything is here. So I think there are 26 pieces that I have to cut. 24 pieces that I have to cut. I think 24 includes the lining. I think. I still have to watch YouTube. Yeah. I think I showed this before. By the way, I think the model is the designer of this, if I'm not mistaken. You just have to watch the YouTube. Yeah, it is S8962 of Simplicity. And if you want to check out the YouTube, it is right here. YouTube.com Simplicity Video, Mimi G Style, and the pattern number is S8962. Yeah, if you want to know what I will be making, so I should put it there so I don't miss. I lost it. Yeah. What else? What else did I do? I'll do a little bit more covering what I have recently done. So I went to also see this last weekend, Drag the Musical. I think I talk about it. So it is Alaska new musical off Broadway, and there is Alaska, there is Nick Adams, and from RuPaul there is Jansport, Jujubee, and then local queen. I'm pretty sure Laguna Blue will be one of RuPaul's main season. Wait until January. I'm pretty sure Laguna will be in this new season. Take my word. And there was also Lux Noir London, and then there was Joey McIntyre from Backstreet Boys. Yeah, if you are in New York City, I'm sure you have a plan to go see this. It's amazing. I think that's it. It's already 1 hour now, almost. I'm planning, or maybe not Sunday. Maybe I will record. I'm not promising anything. If not Sunday next week, it's the week after. So yeah, the week after, because by then I will be done almost with everything, and I have to pack in 2 weeks I have to pack to go to London. So maybe if not next week, I will record in 2 weeks. So stay tuned. Until then, be extra, be brave, love what you knit what you love, and we'll see you again. Bye.